Record. Yo, YouTube. This is Robert, and this is my Psycho Krieg and the fantastic Fustercluck Borderlands 3 DLC for a spoiler-free review. We're going to be running through one of the zones here, but I'm going to keep the spoilers basically there won't be any spoilers. Nothing that you see here should be a surprise for you, for anyone who hasn't played the DLC yet, so don't worry about that. And I want to basically start out with the bad and then go into the good, what this DLC had, and then wrap it up with what I think is my personal ranking of all the DLCs. So I've been picking this up as soon as it was launched, and I've been playing it basically since Thursday. Basically just sleeping and eating in between. Otherwise, I did nothing else but playing this DLC because I'm a sucker for DLCs when it comes to Borderlands in general. So there's that, but that doesn't mean this DLC is perfect. And there's a few things that I want to address after I dealt with this Inferno Badass Feral Rocket, which gives me a little bit of grief here. Hang on. Which is one of the points that I want to address. That some of the enemies are maybe a bit too tanky. Maybe. But that's maybe also just me not having an optimized build and not having optimized gear yet. But that should be okay now. Alright. We're gonna ignore you and continue. So, the bad. This DLC is very short. The others, I think I also started them on Thursdays, and I barely managed to finish them around Sunday night, and this one I actually finished on Saturday. So I got it done a lot quicker than I finished the other DLCs. So there's not as many zones, and the zones themselves are also a bit shorter. And what takes away from that is that the side quests are basically also non-existent. There's maybe a total of 15 side quests in this entire DLC, and out of them maybe three of them are really good. 3 of them cracked me up like really hard, and I laughed as hard as I never had in any Borderlands game. But all the other side quests basically just have you sitting there and talking to characters. So basically you just sit there, listen, and then eventually you're pressing the interact button, and then you get the side quest completed. And what the worst about this is that you don't get a quest reward. The only quest reward that you're getting is money. You're getting like a bunch of cash, and that's it. And I don't know, that feels kind of weird. Which brings me to the next point. The quest rewards and legendaries in general. Like for all the other DLCs, I started them out with some basic gear that I had from the base game or from the previous DLC, and then over the course of the DLC, I gradually upgraded my gear and went into carrying DLC gear. And in this DLC, I played through the entire thing pretty much with DLC 3 weapons until I actually completed it and started farming some zones to get some legendaries, which, well, like 2 of them you're seeing here. I started using, which are really good, but there's not many new weapons, and there's not many new items in general. I mean, the new class mods are pretty insane. They're pretty nice and build defining. But in terms of weapon variety, it's pretty lackluster, which is really sad, because especially in DLC 2 and DLC 3, I found myself switching between weapons quite often whenever I found a new one, trying them out. This dude is really annoying, and that's just something that I didn't feel in this one. I don't think I can kill this guy. It's kind of weird that I still get viewer badasses even though I'm... Oh, wait, killed this one. Saved. Yeah, this is like the amount of health that you can expect from all the bosses pretty much. Yeah, so weapon variety not the greatest here, so I was all side quest variety and weapon variety, which is pretty sad because the side quests in the previous DLCs were what kept me most engaged, because the DLCs felt a lot bigger than they initially were, and filled the zones with life. And speaking of zones, that's the next down, that the level design, although the levels are really, really cool, like all of them are really, really insane, matching the theme, the levels themselves are super linear. There's no real sense of exploration or going off the beaten path. And not that Borderlands has that necessarily, but if we think of DLC 3, for example, the first zone, the blast plains, it was huge, it was humongous, and it was a big and open zone, and you could like explore left and right. And this DLC has nothing of that, unfortunately. It's very, very linear. Every zone is basically just a narrow corridor that you just go from beginning to end until you fight the boss, which is very sad, because like fitting to the zone, it feels very like on the rails. Nice, I jumped right in front of the train. So that's all the bad stuff. Let's come to the good stuff. The good stuff is obviously shit is just super hilarious. I mean, I'm in a zone with a super weird train that's teleporting left and right, with like massive spray cans hanging around, bullet people flying, and it's just overall absolute mayhem, which is where Borderlands basically shines the best. Borderlands is the best when it's like extra wonky. Which is maybe a bit absurd right now, because I got myself in a pretty weird position here. And that was death. Doesn't matter. I know how to pick myself back up. Wow. There we go. Next thing that's really good is the atmosphere. Like you can see that the wonky level design just adds to how great the atmosphere is. So the environments are absolutely astonishing. They're super beautiful, and it's a lot of fun to navigate all of them. Like none of the areas are boring or bad, and it's a lot of fun to just revisit every area just for farming purposes, which is basically what we want, because the Black Borderlands is a farming game. So it's the first time I replayed the zones, I just ran through them because I wanted to get to the boss to farm the specific boss drops. But the more often I come here, I'm actually stopping here to kill stuff because just the zones are so nice. And I didn't have that in the other DLCs, other than maybe in DLC 2, where I tend to run through the Cankerwood every now and then. Also, these deaths are very annoying. This one's gonna get me. Dude, don't flee. I need you. Thank you. So that, yeah, so the level design, the atmosphere, and then also the storytelling. I can see why they went with a more linear approach for the levels, because they wanted to actually tell a story. Which is a good thing and a bad thing, because the bad thing is it makes the game to feel more like a movie, and you're not so much a participant. Like, especially in DLC 1 and DLC 2, the player himself, they had a lot of agency. In DLC 3, not so much, because you just ran behind rows. So there, the story itself was great, but as a player, you couldn't really do that much, which is a bit sad. Other than just escape or like chase down rows. But in DLC 3, even though here you technically do have agency, it's still like you're fighting basic mobs, and you're watching a story unfold, which you can take it as you want. I have 3 badasses here now also. What the fuck? Let me see if I can get out of this, because I actually do want to get into the next zone here. Tyser Bite can make quick work of them, thankfully. Also have 2 more devs chasing me. So I should probably take care of them as well. There we go. 4 more batters left. Oh, this one is really tanky. Sorry about that. I probably should have disabled echo casting before starting to record this video. Of course, it spawns a death. Okay, quiet. Last thing. Something that you probably heard throughout this zone is the last good thing that I want to mention is the music. The music definitely is one of the best in the entire series, I would say. So all the DLCs had really great music, the main game has fantastic music, and this DLC tops it up even more. It's amazing. And this is also one other reason why I keep re-grinding those zones for the legendaries with the anointments that I want, because the music is just so great. Also the attention to detail. If we, for example, take this guys here. Other than that, they are way tankier than they should be. Why is everything a viewer badass? Okay, you know what? I have enough of this. Let's switch to a proper weapon to deal with this. Not even that. Okay, that seems to get the job done. There we go. Yeah, but you see what I mean. This is a chess field, and this is one of the more amazing side quests where you actually participate in a. This is not a spoiler. This is just a fact. You participate in a chess game, more or less, but it's a chess game really Borderlands style. And the amazing thing is that all the chess figures, they have those hoods, and not only do they have those hoods, they also so here you have a bishop. There's another bishop up there. There's a knight, and then probably there's some pawns over there. Yeah, there's a pawn over there. The amazing thing is that they all their voices are super muffled. So the attention to detail there is just so amazing. Probably should have switched back to fire. Also, I should deal with the deaths. That one got me. Good thing we have the pawn there. Yeah, it's actually switched back to fire. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. There's one boss upcoming, one like mini boss, but that's also not a spoiler. And of course he's a pure badass. I can still end him pretty quickly, thank God. At least I thought I could. No, but he's gonna heal. Yes, Ties That Bind will save me. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video here because it's probably way too long already, and I'm fucked up too many times with my playstyle. What's my verdict? So DLC 4, I'm gonna rate it. I think even though it has a lot of great things, I'm still gonna rate it as my least favorite DLC. The atmosphere is amazing. There's one character that's returning that I really that really made it. Otherwise I would be really disappointed about this DLC, but there's like one character that's also part of the trailer, so it's not really a spoiler. It's Maya that made this really great for me, and like the whole history between Maya and Krieg. That part was really amazing. But other than that, I think if I had to rank all of them, I'd probably say Guns, Love, and Tentacles is number 1. The Handsome Jackpot would be number 2 for me, because the atmosphere in there and the soundtrack and the entire story is just so amazing. I was so captivated playing this. Even more so in the second one, but in the Handsome Jackpot as well. Bounty of Blood was also really, really great, captivating, but I would rate this as my third favorite. And yeah, and Krieg, basically mainly because of the lack of great side quest content and quest rewards, I rate it my least favorite. Because that's what I enjoyed the most about the DLCs. It wasn't really the main story. It was the side quests. It was like the exploration, like going out and meeting really wacky people and completing really random quests. And this DLC has many really great things, but it doesn't have those side quests. And I just killed myself again. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it here. Thank you very much for watching. If you like Borderlands, definitely buy the DLC. It's worth the money, and you're going to enjoy it. And with that, I'm gonna sign out. Think I want to try kill this boss. If you want, you can stick around. I try to not go down before that. But it just happened again, so... Is there even another enemy that I can shoot? No. It's just this guy. There's still a chance I can back up. Wow. Both weapons I'm using, by the way, are from the new DLC.
Keep an eye out for one of my probes. The repeating brainwave pattern is nearby.
No tennis, I'm not gonna do that. Oh my god. It's again 5,000 viewer badasses. This one doesn't even get a health bar. I'm out of here. Everything is a market now. I guess we glitched the game out good. Oh, I can't get second wins from killing badasses? Ah, this is a badass as well. It's like no way I'm getting back up here. Nice, I don't have health bars anymore. Wow. When will he die? Nobody knows. Okay, 30%. Of course. And this gotta be another viewer badass. And I don't even have a I don't have a fight for a life. We don't know. No. Hey, that got me back up. Reload. Yes. How can I? Oh, whoa! The entire UI is busted. Nice. I think I just broke the game. Okay. I think it's time to to end the video. Wow. Great. Can I get back? No, I can't. All right, that's it. Then thanks very much for watching and see you guys.